For further comment, we are joined by SCOPA chairperson Themba Godi, joins us on the phone line as well. Good afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us here on ANN7. Just your initial reaction to this news coming through this afternoon.
Well, I think with all the dust that is trailing around Eskom, I think it was more a matter of when, not if. Seeing that even the majority party which runs government had taken a decision that that appointment needs to be relooked at. And hindsight being the best side would suggest that the matter was handled or could have been handled better than it was handled, because it gave an impression which may not be supported by facts, but an impression nonetheless, which suggested something untoward. And I think once you have that in the public space, it becomes very difficult to sway public opinion in a different direction.
There's been a lot of talk around the type of leader that Brian Molefe is and what he's done at Eskom. Do you think that Eskom is at a loss here, losing him as the CEO? Just your view and comment in that regard.
Yeah, no, indeed. I mean, look, firstly, if you look at Brian Molefe's history in the struggle, because that's where I always start, you know, it's something that does need to be appreciated. But secondly, his record of work at National Treasury as a DDG, his work at Transnet, and finally, he came to Eskom at a time when Eskom was literally on its knees, and was able to handle it in a way that today we understand that Eskom is in a much stronger position. So overall, on the basis of his work, I think he has done a lot good. But as Professor Fiesa said, you know, once you have that report of the audit of the public protector coming out and all the insinuations that were there, and in an atmosphere where there's a lot of frenzy about the whole range of things, I think it was clear that he was going to be in a very difficult position. And yeah, I think unfortunately.
Chairperson, just lastly, the IMC did mention that these mistakes or errors could have been rectified administratively. Do you think that the board of Eskom should be facing any consequences in this regard, in the regard to their decision that they made around Brian Molefe?
No, look, not necessarily, really. I think for me, the mere fact that they've agreed to rescind that appointment, I think it's function enough. We should avoid always going for an overkill. And I think my years in SCOPA have taught me that for every problem, you don't have to chop a head. You just need to say, but what are the systemic weaknesses that needs to be corrected? That is, learn something from any event and make corrections and move forward. Otherwise, we're not going to make progress as a country if every time we're just going to throw people away.
We hear you. Thank you very much, Chairperson, for your time this afternoon. We appreciate you sharing your views with us. That was SCOPA Chairperson Themba Godi joining us.